Welcome back to Warehouse and Operations as a Career. I'm Marty, and today I'll have a few opinions as well as a couple of answers to some questions that we've received over the last 3 or 4 weeks or so. Can you believe we're at 4 weeks to wrapping up 2020? I think we as humans kind of reflect on our accomplishments and hurdles each year about this time. I generally see more people going and speaking with their management teams about transfers, changing departments, maybe accepting more responsibilities, things like that. And this may be the time of year that our managers will approach us regarding an offer to accept a lead or supervisor position too. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been asked how to best bring up the conversation about a pay increase or raises to my boss. Gosh, I bet 10 different times people's asked me that. You know, there's more wrong ways to do that than there are good ones. We'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. So I wanted to kind of do a survey. So I asked 17 individuals why they were wanting to change departments or move from a packer position into a puncher task or wanting to be a department lead or, what made you think about becoming a supervisor? Just different types of questions. I was really shocked at the initial answers that I was given. Every one of the 17 men and women that I asked the word why to what they had told me replied with something like, I need more of a challenge, or I'm ready for more responsibility, or I need to be doing it so it'll be right. Not one single person initially brought up pay. I have to say I was quite impressed by each of them. They were talking like professionals, wanting to be their very best. Now, of course, the subject of money came up a bit later, but to be honest, money was not their motivation to step up. I got the impression that it was the responsibility and the challenges. Each was just wanting more. So let's talk about promotions for just a minute. Here at WAOC, we've talked a lot about some of the struggles of now being the boss with our friends and how our family life may change due to, new schedules and a lot of the challenges that we're going to face. So today I'd like to talk about a few promotion tips or thoughts that could help us realize those steps a little quicker. So let's say that you've been working in the same position for over a year and no one has said anything to you about a promotion or an increase in pay. Now, there could be many reasons for a company not giving you a promotion or a raise, and some of them are pretty valid, such as a downturn in the profits of the company or even your own job performance. However, not all companies are suffering downturns. If your company is thriving, but you still haven't gotten a raise, there are many things that we can do to get noticed. In a good way, remember how we're always talking about getting noticed here at WAOC. And we want our company superiors to notice us and move the promotion process along. Let's talk about a few strategies that we can use to help kind of move up the ladder. Number 1, we need to be vocal. Discussing our concerns with our boss is important, and they will value what we have to say, just as, they value our work. One thing I like to do is offer realistic and effective solutions to, your concerns. Always have an answer. Not a problem, but an answer. Discuss your thoughts on things that you can do to bring value to the company with them. Number 2, and you hear me harp about this all the time, be on time. Being late could lead your boss to believe that you're a slacker and, that you don't value your job, even if you have a valid excuse. I always suggest showing up early and, use this time to get to know our coworkers better and prepare for the day's task. Number 3, we got to be a team player. Employees are more likely to move up faster in a company if a supervisor can see that they work well as a team. If you're an isolated worker, ensure that your boss sees that you are making an effort to communicate and work effectively with others. One way that we might be able to do something like that would be to, work as a part of a team on projects to help make them successful. Offer to lend a hand to a coworker who may be struggling a little bit. And I think one of the most important things is be willing to share the victories with others. Helping the team look good also helps us look good. And number 4, one of my favorites, continue learning. Employers value higher education. Sometimes you might deserve a raise, but your current level of education doesn't assure the company that you are worth the, more pay. And we have learned here at WAOC, we call it self-education, but there is so much free information out there and free knowledge. Continuing your education with online learning or maybe even some meetups or night school shows our company that we're willing to earn that raise. And then number 5, along with additional knowledge, you can learn many new skills as well as kind of hone the skills that we already have. Remember how I'm always talking about knowing a little bit about that job that touches ours? That's a perfect example. And number 6, picking up additional certificates for skills, that our job touches. And those are easy to do online as well. We've talked about many different courses that a person could take. And have a meeting with our boss to discuss your job performance. A lot of times our boss may not bring up a performance review. There is nothing wrong with us bringing it up to our boss and openly discuss the prospect of a raise. Find out how and what we could be doing better. I think following these tips can help us to move forward, not only earning more money, but also kind of helping our career. Doing things like this will increase our worth as an employee and make you a valuable asset to your company. One thing that I noticed talking to so many people over the last couple of weeks, I kind of got the impression that confident people tend to be more successful at work, and they're definitely happier and are not afraid to go for a promotion or face any kind of new challenge. Would it not be helpful if you were able to boost your confidence and your skills and, different workplace abilities? Here's a couple of thoughts that I've been working on confidence at work for a project that I'm putting together. Number 1, I think it's important to cut out negative self-talk. A positive mentality will help you learn more easily and ultimately help boost your confidence. When you find yourself speaking negatively or criticizing yourself, just immediately switch it to something positive instead. One quick example, instead of criticizing your lack of knowledge about something, tell yourself it's great that I can learn what I need quickly and easily so that tasks like these become much easier for me to do. Instead of saying I can't, ask yourself how can I? This takes your focus off of the negative and puts it in the realm of the positive. In this mode, you may come up with a solution you need to enable you to do the thing that you thought that you couldn't. And number 2, increase our knowledge. When you take the time to learn a new skill or piece of knowledge, you can be certain that you're going to be doing something correct. We kind of spoke about this a few minutes ago. There are so many online courses and in the light industrial world, different seminars, even some social media groups online. They're great and really they were designed to enhance our skills. One thing that I found useful was to watch others in the workplace do something successfully and try to copy them, especially in the order selector world. Practice makes perfect. When you practice at a certain task, you will get better at it in time as you are able to correct any mistakes that you make. One thing I always did was each time I completed a task, I'd ask myself whether there is anything I could do differently to improve the process the next time that I was going to do it. I think another great idea is use our strengths or work on our strengths. A proven way to boost confidence in the workplace is by focusing your attention on excelling at the skills that we are already good at. Doing something excellently rather than just adequately can do wonders for our confidence. And then ask questions. Ask questions all the time. Don't be afraid to ask questions if there is something that you don't know or something that you don't understand. After all, the knowledge you seek could be the information you need to finish your task quickly and accurately. And I really like this one. Focus on your past successes. An easy way to boost your confidence is to think about past projects that you've really completed successfully. Did you complete a task within the deadline? Perhaps praise from your boss. I always try to focus on the positives rather than the negatives. We're going to have the negatives, but we don't have to focus on them. And then I think it's important we act confidently. If you're approaching a new task or perhaps an entirely new job, then chances are you won't know exactly what needs to be done. In these situations, it's completely normal to feel, kind of underconfident. However, if you act confidently and put on a positive frame of mind, you may surprise yourself. And I think it's important we have fun. Taking yourself too seriously in the workplace will leave your self-esteem in tatters when you encounter setbacks. Of course, you want to be good at your job, but this does not mean that you need to be serious 100% of the time. And then I think this one is really important too. Take any criticism directed at you with good humor, and you won't suffer any knocks to your confidence. A little extra confidence can go a long way towards helping you reach your career goals. Think of these tips the next time that you're feeling kind of, doubtful about your skills or abilities, and you'll be able to bring your confidence back up again in very short order. Well, that's going to be a wrap for this week. I hope these thoughts and ideas maybe lit a spark for you regarding what you'd like to do in 2021. Plan, goal, and achieve. Be safe, everyone, and I hope to see you again next week.